The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi, folks. Just a real quick recap. The Dow hasn't yet made a higher high from Friday's 25,927 area. It's kind of stuck in this range. It's really important. The MACD is not very good. It's spent a lot of time struggling to even get close to positive. It's not even close yet. Minus 49 here. It's not very good. And the stochastic's only at 52%. It should be much higher at this time. That's the Dow. But what's interesting, and also if you look at the IWM, it did make a new recovery high, leg B, and then gave it all up. Hit the 9 and 14 period moving averages, and is trying to rebound here, but it is definitely lagging. The MACD is the same. Stochastic's only at 46%. You can't have the soldiers moving on without the captains. So this is really very important. So what I'm looking at is you've got a diversion between. There are different aspects here that we were talking about on Thursday and Friday. At the same time, there was some positives on Thursday afternoon that we tried to take advantage of for my subscribers to my opening call Friday by buying a couple of positions. And they were in a certain area that did really well and is doing very well today. So they've had very nice gains. I don't know if it's transitory, if it's just the day, and then by Wednesday it gives it all back, but it's really important that certain sectors actually work well at this particular time. If you look at the Qs, down 50 cents now at 177.85, it hit a high today of 189.99. Now, I did get an email just after my show I got it just after my show was done, at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Friday from Al to say that he's gone heavily short, and he named, I wondered if I can even find it here, and he named the sectors, and I thought, wow, that is interesting because there are some sectors that are possibly just breaking out, and here you've got Al, who's a really good timer. He goes all in or all out, suddenly grabbing everything he could up, so I just can't find it right now. But it was from the semiconductors to the Qs. I mean, really, this is a heavy short. And he said if there is a rise Monday and Tuesday, I just got to get out and wait 3 weeks. But all of his signals were there. I thought, whoa, that's interesting, because I'll explain why I say because. This move up in the QQQ, the Russell, sorry, this is the Invesco QQQ Trust Series. That's the Index 100. If you look at it, the MACD came down very strongly from that high that was made, excuse me, right here, that was made back on the 4th of March at 175.79, come all the way down to the 169.34 level, 5 points. I mean, that was quick, much quicker than the way up. And then in 3 bars, you gap up. 4 bars, there's a gap from the low that was made on the 8th at 169.34, there's a gap up the following day. That's the 11th. Well, that was Monday, right? 171.85. So it gaps up and leaves a gap from 171.26. You got yourself a 60-cent gap. And then it closes at, well, it has a high of 174.85, has a low the following day of 174.77, just kind of barely touches that top from the day before, and then screams high, and then gaps up the following day on the 13th, has an inside bar, and then has a really strong Friday. Today it goes to a new nominal high, and you see what I drew in here? I'll make it a little, what should I do? I'll make it big, a green there. That green line there, it didn't break above the Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. So my thinking here was the MACD's just crossed positive. The stochastic's already at 80. It was at 88% or 87. Now it's at 89%. No, it was at 89%. Very often you get the single move up that goes to an E or an F, or an F or a G, and it's what I call this is the right shoulder of an M formation. That's the double camel hump pattern in the MACD, but there's nothing like it here. It is in the stochastic, but that means that you should go above in the stochastic above 80%, and within 3 bars, maybe 4 bars, that would be by tomorrow at the latest, you should be seeing the stochastic back down at 81 or maybe 78%. This is really good action, even though there's an intraday pullback. So what happens here at peak F/B is going to be very important in the QQQ. Look at the S&P. S&P does the same thing. Pushes to a higher high today, a recovery high, extending this leg B, a whopping leg A to B. It's really like a single leg B because that tiny little peak A, 2675.47, 267, 2.38, 2.5 point pullback in the highs. It's nothing. So this is a monster move, and the MACD and stochastic are really strong. So something has to be going on here for this to have a peak F failure in that double camel hump top. And that would say that within its days now, I think you can't go sideways. There's no 28.19, not good enough. It really has to plummet. It has to go below yesterday's low, and it has to do that within 2 days, 2810. It has to just give that back. And then I'm saying, oh, this is a failure pattern. Watch out. We could give back a big chunk of the gain that was made just from, what was it, the 8th of March. I don't see that yet. It's still acting pretty darn well. So XLK is the S&P Spider. Look at that, new leg F/B. MACD is good. Stochastic's flat at 91%. Could pull back, but this still looks really good. And you've got a rising trend line that just got pierced and closed above on Friday. I have to tell you, he might be right. Surely a number of people have talked about this is a good time to be looking for the downside. And I'm saying I think I need to wait until midweek, and then I might get a signal. I don't get it yet based on the technicals that I'm looking at here. And this is still leg A, going from a minus 24% in the XLK to a low of 57.57 from the 76's high. And now it's trading at 72.96. This is good action. I can't complain. I've got to say, I'm impressed. All right. One of the reasons why we have so many longs. Okay. Now, a question about the SMHs. Yeah, the SMHs, big red candle based on what we're looking at. And what I showed in my subscribers to my opening call over the weekend is this arch formation. Not only did it break above, but it gapped and spiraled much higher over the 106.27 high of 25th of March in the semiconductor index on Friday. Today didn't make a new high, and it's still in a red candle as an inside bar. Days young. Let's see what happens here. But this is on the weekly leg, B to the upside. Fabulous move. 114.55 was the March high of last year. It's almost a year. Can you believe it? And then the low that was made in December was 80.71. And today, on Friday, we hit the 107s. We're at 105.44. I'm looking at this and saying, you're the guy that has to tell us the most. And I want to show you something else. When we get back, I'm going to show you this particular chart and we'll talk about it. SMH semiconductor ship.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi folks, we're back. Dow's down 22 and the S&P's up 2.05. So we're looking at the SMHs. So you can see this gap to the right, a right arm extension right here. There's no rogue wave about it yet because it hasn't failed. It's down 80 cents at 105.42. Weekly chart is still good. And the 120-minute chart, what did I have for this? Let me just see. Peak D, and it's just pulled back. It's in an up channel, so it changes if it goes under 105.20 in the 120-minute chart, but it really needs to go under 104.70 in the daily chart, and that'll say, you know what? That was an aberrational move to the upside based on the Avagio, AVGO. That's the old Broadcom. That is the old Avagio, but now it's Broadcom, AVGO, I believe. Yep. Which is actually holding very well. AVGO makes a PG. As Broadcom at 286.63 on the 20th of February. Drops to the 259.20 level on the 8th. And now, so it goes from, let's call it 260. 260 to Friday's 300. Oh, call it 299.55. That's a whopper of movement. And today it's not giving it back. It's above the gap up high of Friday. It's at 293.81. It's up 3.52 today. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, you can have one or two individual stocks really change a particular sector. You can see that with Boeing so weak today, pulling the Dow down. But this is really, it's important. It doesn't matter. The price is the price. And if the semiconductor index can have this rotational upside correction whereby the individual stocks can help it maintain a certain level, it can hold that level while it's underground. The technicals are starting to improve and perhaps orders are coming in. I'll tell you why I say that. Because if you look at this, I don't know who this person is here. I didn't actually listen to it. It was sent to me and I just needed to see the chart. That's all I needed. There were two charts. I wanted the chart that was the latest. Semi-shipment breakdown. So the global leading manufacturing index growth is at the top, and at the bottom is the global semiconductor shipments growth. they're both pulling back. And I had one that went to somewhere in 2018. I'm not interested in 2018 because you know that sometimes prices ride before, up or down, before the earnings or before the announcements are made. So as a result, we're looking at 2000 comes right into, I know how close it is, but it's in 2019. It's at least a month worth of data. Well, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, gosh, so you've got the semiconductors. Have a look at this. The SMHs spiral from a low of 80 to the high of 107, 27 points. That's, I mean, that is really big. What is it, 31%? So that's, you know, a big percentage move. No, it couldn't be. It'd be 24, 28, something like that percent. That's just really big. So what we're looking at is there's a discrepancy somewhere. One of them is right, or one of them is going to play catch up. So we're going to see what happens. Semiconductor in 2 weeks' time, if we're looking at the semiconductors below 102 or below 101, that's not good. Below 98 says, oops, giving back a chunk. That's very serious action. Holding here, or even getting to the 109s, that would be very impressive. Okay, enough with that. Next question I had was XLF. So the XLF, very nice move today. Goldman Sachs was just acting bleh on Friday, I think we looked at it. Today, the XLF is tackling the high that was made right here. That was in March. Was that still February? No, it was March the 1st. 26.94, 26.94 on the 1st and the 4th over the weekend. Plummets down to 25. I shouldn't say plummets. It drops quite sharply down to the 25.68 level on the 8th. And now it's at 26.92. Hasn't taken out the high of 94.94, but it's very close. Oh, wait a minute, it did. No, it hit it exactly, 0.94, double top so far. But this is good action. Where is Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs is finally up 3.81, finally getting to a leg C in its weekly chart. This is the first time I can say Goldman is giving us a hint that it wants to be in play. It's not in play yet. It wants to be in play. Look, it's still in this second cup formation. Goldman at 202, starting to trade in the 212 area in March. I'd say fabulous action, but it hasn't got there yet. It's got a long way to go. I wanted to look at GBTC. Is that what in the den we've got? Yeah, a nice little move up. Nothing happening yet in GBTC, Bitcoin Investment Trust. It is moving sequentially towards the upper part of the range. It's at 578. The 5.08, 5 to 5.08. Is that 08? I think it is. It was a while back. Yep, 08. That was the high back in January, the week of the 11th. That 08 level, that's going to be important. Can it break and go into the 15s, 515s? We'll see. So I want to look at that, and then I want you to talk about the TLT just for a moment. Don't have to spend too much time other than to say the TLT at 121.78. If it starts to trade in the 122.50s area and the market pulls back, that's going to be a sign to say, careful, now we're going to get that consolidation in the Dow. It doesn't tell you how much in points, but it does say consolidation about to come. And if it pulls back under 121, let me be very fussy here. It's not a trend line I'm looking at. I'm looking at the low. 118.64. Wow, that's far away. Let's do one thing at a time. If it closes on 121, it's at 121.78 right now. That'll be a hint to say, uh-oh, yields want to go a little higher. Got to be careful. So those are the parameters to look at. A question about MJ, that is the alternative harvest ETF cannabis sector. Oh, what a nice move, up 67 to 38. This is what I say to subscribers. We want to see this at the 38. I'm going to actually call this is a peak, gray peak A. The MACD is not yet at 80%. It's at 79.55. Sorry, the stochastic and the MACD hasn't crossed positive. I'm going to put in F/B. But I really would like to put B/F because everything about it suggests that it's acting really well, and that the high that was made back at 38.35 the week of the 8th of February, that wants to be attacked. It wants to be pushed. Oh, this is the trend line. Well, it's got Chapman wave inside track, repellent zone, and that comes in at about 38.32. So if this MGA starts to trade in the 38.50s by tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday morning, that's going to be really good action. Okay, that's the alternative harvest cannabis sector. Wow, is that the break? What? Oh, no, that was quick. All right, question I had about, 2 questions. Oh, Boeing. Let's just have a look at Boeing right now. It's down. Oh, it's down 8. It was down 10 before. I'm going to talk about Boeing in a moment. We'll be right back. Dow's down 15, S&P's up 252.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
I was just looking at the E-mini. Yes, it made a peak F in the 2-minute chart just after 10 o'clock. Pulled back, made the lowercase h, turned around, made the cup formation. Just a nominal new high for the day, and that was a 2841.00 round number high. Then all of it, that must have been the Brexit news or something like that. And then it plunges down to the 2824 level. That was a quick move down. And what happens is it goes sideways now, and it's making the lowercase h to a lowercase m. It's basically, think of a rectangle formation, has to get above the pink line, that orange line, the 200-period moving average of 2832. And at the same time, if it goes at any point below 28.27 would be a warning, but below 28.24 would say, uh-oh, we're done for now, maybe even into Tuesday, and then we'll have to reassess, because it did make that top. It did it in the 2-minute chart. You can see here in the Chapman automated support levels. Look at all those support levels in the 28.26 area and 28.32.95 over there. But we did the same. The reason why I do this, someone said, hey, why are we talking 2-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute charts? Because it's the same technique. It is a technique that says daily, weekly, monthly. There's just no difference. Look what happened. Yeah, you got your cup formation. If I said to you this is a 2-minute chart, a monthly chart, a 10-year chart, you couldn't tell. Well, the number of bars maybe. But otherwise, you couldn't tell. Look, there's your cup formation, goes to a double top, fractional new high, technicals are fading, and then kaplop, comes back down. Now it's trying to form a base, but all the technical support says, I'm not able to get going. I can't get to the 28.34 level I need to. I'm stuck in the 28.31. So the pattern's the same. Peak D, we always look for peak Ds. There's your peak D in the 5-minute. Peak D was the one in the 10-minute that you needed to wait for. That peak C said, there could still be another move to the upside, and there was. 25 cents, and then plop. It comes down to where? The 200-period moving average. That's why I showed it, because I treat these sessions as demonstration and teaching lessons for you and for me. It's not like I trade every one of these perfectly. Of course I cannot. But all of these help, and talking it out helps me to articulate ideas. Here we go. It's the exact same thing. Peak D in Boeing, 446.01 on the 1st of March. Pulls back a little bit, and then all of a sudden, bad news, kaplop, it plummets down to the 365 level, tries to rally, can't, it pulls back even further, it goes to the 363.33 low on the 13th. Now it's holding pretty darn well considering all the bad news that's about to come out. However, within the context of markets, pleasure, Jay. Jay says, great, Basil, much appreciated. Yep, thank you very much. Within the context of the markets, this is the same thing. Look, there's your peak B failure, and that B, this is very unusual. Look, that B, because you started your A in Boeing in the weekly chart back in March of 2018 at 311.17, when it took out the low on the 23rd of November and went to 296.61, that negated everything. That said that that low was kaput. It was finished. And that means that that low that was made right there in December on the 26th, I think it was 26th, at 292.47, started to move to the upside. And this is a brand new B, because that D completed completely, because that pullback after D went below the starting point of March. So the D back in the week of the 5th of October at 394.28, the all-time high, was negated when it pulled back under 300. So this is a brand new move. This says if there is a B minus, that is really negative action. B minus would mean that it's pulling all the way back, probably back to 300 again. Not only would it be really bad action, it could say that Boeing is out of service as a premier Dow stock for a while. I'm sure it'll be back at some point. But if they get a fix after 2 incidents that have matching qualities and they never fix it on the first try, people are going to have to say, wait a minute, you're going to have to test for at least a few months of hundreds of thousands of miles with your planes and your pilots. I don't know which pilots are going to do that, but you're going to have to test them. So this says that Boeing, that says the XAL, here we go, the XL is the ARCA airline index, made a high, made an all-time high back in 2000, and I think it was in the 124 area, 124.44, 124.21. Oh, it failed. It was a double top, so it goes all the way back to January of 2018 with the New York Stock Exchange. Didn't make a new high since then. And then it pulled back. So the XAL ARCA airline index is saying, you know what? This is going to impact a lot of different areas. It's going to impact the regardless of what oil does, is going to impact the IYT. The IYT made an 209.44 high. The iShares Dow Jones Transport Average Index Fund at 209.44 back in September of 2018. It drops 25% down to the 155 area, has a fabulous rally to 192.27. It made five attempts to make a new high, and then it failed at 192.26. In the weekly chart, that's a Chapman Wave 2-bar reversal, plummets down to the latest low of March the 8th at 180.45. Has a pretty good rally. Where does it stop? Right in the Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. So this is going to be important. You've got CSX, you've got the rails. Nice action in CSX. Looks like it wants to go to 76.74, the all-time high. Let's go to R. Is that rider system? Nah. What was the one? Y? Is it Y or YY? Y. Allegheny Core. I think, is it Allegheny Trucking? I don't think it's rails. I think it's trucking. Yeah, that's pulled back quite a bit from the high of 665? 666. 666.00. All right, there we are. We've got a little conspiracy theory going there. And it's a red candle. Look at that. The high of 21st of February of this year. And so it's going from 66 down to 610s, trading 621 right now. So we're going to have to watch this. Now, one of the things I am looking at is wheat. Das Wheat. It's about the only French I learned when I went to French classes. Yeah. And look at this. It's down 5 at 457. It's trying to get off the ground. A nice candle for last week. Slightly higher height this week for today, but so far it's a red candle. Corn, das Korn. Corn is 370 and 3/4, down 2.5. Nice candles because it's at 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles and a new high, recovery high today. Red candle though, down 2.5 at 370 and 3/4. And let's go to das Soy. Soy is down 4 3/4 at 904.5. So they just trying to get off the ground. Now, that's going to be important because in markets you want to see over a period of a bull phase, you want to see all the different sectors have a chance to do some some kind of work on the upside. GDX, so the GDX, red candle, down 16 cents, 22.14. I had a question. Could I talk about some of the miners? I'll do that. Talk about gold, talk about some of the miners, and we'll see what the questions are in the den. I'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Hi, folks. So you're looking at my automated Chapman wave projections here. GDX trading down 18 cents at 22.12. You can see it has resistance up at the 23.47 level and a lot of support in the 21.28 to 21.05 area on the daily, 22.17 to 22.03 on the 10-minute, and 22.12, 21.93, 21.82, 21.66. A lot of support levels on the downside in the 120-minute chart. The monthly, I have just 25.99 and 16.16. You don't want to hear 16.16, do you? No, you don't want to hear that. So 3 points up and a number of points down, 6 points. So, okay, this is what I'm looking at. When I went through many of these stocks, both this weekend and during the week, I've been impressed with the way some of the gold stocks have moved. I've been unimpressed with the way some of the gold stocks haven't moved. If you look at, I use my ASA just as a benchmark. Sometimes we buy, sometimes we don't. ASA has just been stuck as a 10.14. ASA Gold and Precious Metals has South African stocks. I think they're in Bermuda. I don't know what, but it's like a holding company basically. It's at 10.14.06. But when you look at NG, a stock that we often buy, haven't bought for a long time, a little baby stock, it was trading down in the 350s. It's now at the 423 level. This is a peak E. It's just pulling back, hit the 200-period moving average. In the 200-period, the weekly 200-period moving average, right there, the orange line at 436, went a fraction above it, and now it's below it at 423. And the monthly says, yeah, just trading range. But boy, the short term, look at this. This is fabulous. This is really good action. I had a choice of getting this or something else. I went with the something else, but this NG would have been just fantastic. Look, makes a low of $3.42, I think. Yeah, $3.42 on the 24th of January. And the problem is these have great runs to the upside. So it has 392. Don't tell me that is 12% in just a week and a half, a week and a little bit. Fantastic. But wait a minute, it gives it back. Comes all the way back to 352. And then all of a sudden starts a big rally and does this cup formation, goes from the Chapman wave lowercase h to a cup formation, breaks out above the 200-period moving area. It has a great move. What a move. 342 to 437. 437. Hey, percentage-wise, that's fantastic. So it just depends. Gold is, this is now Barrick Gold. It's just stuck in a range. It went from the 1150 area all the way to 14. That's big percentage move. Now it's back. So if you get in right with the gold stocks for the last year, you've got fabulous percentage gains. Some of them you've got to get out. Some of them you can still hold from the lows, but you've got to be prepared for a lot of whippiness. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, I like the way that gold is being active. I don't like the way it stalls, but when it gets going, it's really good. And right now it's in that stalling phase at 1,303. If gold at any point in March, not even this week, just in the month of March, the rest of March, If it starts to trade for 2 out of 3 sessions above 1327, that's really good action. I think that would say, you know what, it wants to go back to the 1340s. But if it breaks down, it's the lowercase h and is going to 1282, the 200-period exponential moving average. Now, just to go back to Boeing for 1 second, I'm impressed at what the market's done. Even though the Dow was down, the market is really shrugging off the news as if to say, you know what, we'll deal with that later, but right now we're doing other things and we're acting very well. And the market, if you look at it, is acting really well. In fact, we've just come back from down to plus again in the Dow, and the S&P is up 5. So you can see that there is buying. I don't want to do it right now to take the time to look at which Dow stocks are acting well, but Disney was acting poorly earlier. I don't know if it's earnings or whatever it is. Down $1.59. It's just stuck in a range. It's not breaking down, not breaking up. It's just there. High was in the 120 area. The most recent low was down to 102 with the 101 actually in the 200-period moving average weekly. Has a fabulous rally, 16%, and now it's just giving back some of that. So we'll be watching some of these. What's really important is that in the Dow, you've got JP Morgan. Look at that move for JP Morgan. It's gone leg A, B, C. This is leg D in the weekly chart. Very quick A to B, 1 bar rest, leg B, 1 bar rest, leg C. It goes for 2 bars to leg C, and then it goes 2 bars rest, and it goes to D. I mean, is this not really consistently good action within a little trading range? On the upside, I like it. I think it's good action. But I don't want to see JP Morgan at 107.57 right now in a week from today, a week from tomorrow, Tuesday week, in the 104 area. I want to see it holding here, maybe pull back to 106.20, and then boop, up to 108.30. That'll be really good action. So that, as a Dow stock, I think that's really important. Also, if you look at, this is unbelievable. MasterCard makes a new all-time high yesterday on Friday. It goes to 232.76, having an inside bar, a negative data, to down $1.68. That's the leg A. It goes from 171.89 in late December to 232. I mean, this is great action. Really, 50 points. That is really good. That's, what is that, over 30%. So that's good. Look at Visa. Visa, same thing. I'm calling this a leg F. I'm not sure if it is an F, but I'm calling it an F for now. And inside bar today, so far, very good action. Weekly chart's only a B. All-time high leg F in the monthly, or is this a brand new leg B? I'm waiting for the end of March. I think there's some things going on here that are really positive. Okay, a couple of questions I got about during the break is, could I look at the XRT? The XRT is the retail sector, and that's pulling, it has pulled back. It's in the H pattern. I showed it on Friday, the lowercase h. So far, this is going to be very important because in the retail area, you have some crossover. For instance, Amazon, basically retail, right? Amazon is doing fabulous. This is a leg D at 1739. New leg C in the weekly, still in a consolidation of the 2050 high to the, what was it, 1307 low in December. So this is excellent, actually, 400 points, very nice, leg D. And wait a minute, look at the IYC. I showed subscribers and we discussed it over the weekend. No, I did it this morning. I did the work over the weekend, and I sent it this morning to say, we've got to monitor this closely. This is the iShares U.S. Consumer Services. This has Amazon, Comcast, Disney, Home Depot. Disney's obviously impacting it today, but Home Depot, Netflix, McDonald's, Walmart, Starbucks. Look at this. SBUX. Now, I have to tell you, over the years, I have been we've never owned Starbucks. I don't think we've even had an option, nothing. I've looked at it. I've never really understood it. Tell you the truth, I couldn't even imagine myself standing in line for coffee, let alone standing in line for a long time, let alone paying the kind of prices people pay for a drink, just a coffee. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to say just a coffee. Forgive me. For a coffee, for me, it's just a coffee. But for other people, it's a coffee. I'll be back.
Best of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Well, there goes that E-mini. 2834. It got out of the rectangle. It's in leg E right now with good technicals on the 2-minute chart. That makes the 10-minute chart leg B. It's still working hard, and same thing in the 5-minute. So it's getting there, and that's what I keep saying, that Boeing should really have, the whole week of last week, Boeing could have been a terrible, terrible drag on the whole market, and it wasn't. So the market is ignoring that, and that's good. Question of the den. Do you think Starbucks will run for president? That's Howard Schultz, is that his name? You know, I don't think that the market itself will allow, that is the political market, will allow for another businessman. You had Coolidge, and then you had Hoover. You got Trump. I'll be talking about this over the coming weeks and a lot. I'll have a webinar on this as well, sometime beginning of April. This is going to be very interesting, and that'll be just based on the market conditions and what I think the market is telling us. So I can't answer that, but when it comes to Starbucks, all I can say is that whenever I heard him, I always felt, God, how pretentious. Pretentious schmentious. This guy had one of the most amazing companies. He did everything right. He had people lining up. He had people. Would you line up just for anything? Would you stand in line, waiting and waiting and waiting just for something handed to you that's finished in a few minutes? No, I think he had something going. I don't know if they can keep it up, but if this is leg B in the monthly chart, Starbucks is going even higher. Maybe China, maybe they're doing their job in China, you know? When fads take over across the country. I came from South Africa. I remember every single fad. I always said, give it 6 months. Hollywood does this. We'll get that fad in 6 months, whether it was the DuckTales or the what was it, stovepipe pants or whatever they were. We always got it. It just took them 5 months. And you'll see. I mean, remember I spoke about tattoos, passé, finished. Watch how it goes to the far reaches parts of the continent. That's what we're seeing now. You're seeing, when you see TV shots, you see people now getting all the tattoos. Just these are things that happen. All right. So the market's we're about to be done. Just watch this market closely. It's acting really well for now. We have only long positions, nothing short. I'm looking to see what's going to be a short, but so far, I like what I'm seeing so far. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Check out my opening call and stay tuned for Steve Davis.